The first message here is that God is up to something. Things are beginning to get really weird. When this card comes out, there is usually a heavy spiritual undertone to the connection I'm tapping into. Divine Feminine, there's a masculine in your energy field who has been going back and forth about reconnecting with you. This person seems unaware of the spiritual nature of your connection. They may have been very skeptical, second-guessing much of what was shown to them about you. No matter how direct the signs were, they never made the connection to you. They were constantly being sent signs about you, seeing your birth date, hearing your name, certain songs or movies that resonate with you, and other things very specific to this journey. I'm also clearly getting the number 1111, which might have been a common synchronicity for them when they were thinking of you. Yet, they completely overlooked all of this. What's interesting is that they are now experiencing something unlike anything they've ever gone through before, especially when it comes to receiving signs. There is a bold, powerful energy coming through, though I keep hearing the word weird. If your person could describe what's happening to them, they would say it's been a very weird series of events over the past few weeks. I'm also picking up on something related to timelines. This could be tied to their personal journey outside of this connection, perhaps connected to their past. It feels like all these timelines are merging, where they receive messages about the past, present, and future all at once. They don't understand why or how it's happening, but it's clear that God wants them to understand something important about you. These messages are coming in this way so they will never second-guess you or this connection again. There's also a nervous energy coming through. Your person is certain that God is speaking to them, but something about the way the messages are coming feels very strange and weird to them. The next message is, I have so many questions. It's almost as if your person has a gut feeling that you know more about what's going on with them than they do. They sense this because, at one point in your connection, Divine Feminine, you were much more expressive about these types of things, particularly the spiritual aspect of your relationship. However, that seems to have changed recently. Perhaps now, you keep these things to yourself because of how your person would react when you tried to share them. But now, the tables have turned. It's as if you're the only person they can think of to share these strange events with. Yet, because of how they handled things in the past when these topics came up, they're unsure of how open-minded you'll be now. Although they really want to share this with you, they don't know how you'll take it, or even if you'll believe them. This situation could shock you as well, even though you are more spiritually inclined than they are, because it's something entirely out of their element, touching them in a very emotional way. Your person wants to question you, Divine Feminine, perhaps to see if you've had a similar experience. Maybe they just want to vent, but it feels like one of those moments in life where, when it happens, you know no one will believe you unless they've been through the exact same thing. If you're wondering how your person feels right now, they definitely believe that God is up to something, because very weird things are happening to them. They want to talk to you about it or ask you questions, because you've always shown an openness to these kinds of things. This is likely a deeply spiritual experience that they don't feel comfortable sharing with anyone else. Over time, you've shown them that you're not a judgmental person, which is why they're considering approaching you with their questions. However, this situation is making them pause, wondering just how open-minded you truly are, especially at this point in your connection. They're hesitant, but at the same time, their curiosity is growing. They're not only questioning themselves, but also wanting to question you. The final message is, everyone knows the truth about us. Wow, there's an incredibly intense energy coming through with that. If this resonates with you, your person is realizing that God has always been speaking to them, especially through other people, specifically feminine energies. The power of your connection is being reflected back to your person through their experiences with other feminine energies. This realization spans their past, present, and future. If they could describe it, they would tell you that it feels like other feminine energies can somehow sense your presence, Though this energy is scattered, it feels like there's been a timeline shift or merging, where your person sees that everyone they have been romantically involved with is somehow aware of you. This may sound a little out there, but they feel that every single person they've come in contact with has somehow always known about you, Divine Feminine. The strange part is, these people couldn't identify you physically, only by your energy. Your person is experiencing something very powerful right now. It's this underlying energy that many twin flames carry with them before they permanently align with their divine counterpart, the sense that something is always missing. Your person has always questioned whether they were truly in the right place, because something just never felt quite right to them, especially in other relationships. Deep down, they've always had this knowing that they were already spoken for, that certain parts of themselves were being reserved for someone special, and that someone is you, Divine Feminine. Your masculine is realizing that the reason it never worked out with anyone else is because, when you're in a twin flame connection, everyone somehow knows the truth about you, from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. The energy is so powerful that it's hard to disguise who you really are, and this realization is hitting your person hard. They may be having flashbacks, recalling moments when they tried to force connections that were never truly meant to work in the first place. In a strange way, your person feels that the other feminine energies they were attached to somehow knew, whether consciously or subconsciously, that they were meant for a different kind of love. This realization is giving them a higher perspective on how they manifested you into their life in the first place. They are now seeing that they had to be honest about who they are and what they truly desire in a partner. There's a very authentic energy in this message, as God is showing your person that this whole connection was divinely orchestrated. While it took them time and experience to align with you, their heart always felt like you were out there. This connection hasn't been easy for either of you, and your person has struggled to admit this, because they were living by a different set of rules. They thought they were doing things the right way. Now, what's being highlighted is that not only do God, you, and your masculine know this, but every person they encountered on the way to meeting you knew this as well, even on a subconscious level. That's why they say this connection isn't for the weak. It requires a deep level of honesty that your person wasn't ready for before, but it's showing up now because they're finally being real with themselves about what their heart truly desires. Your person wants you to know what's being revealed to them, but they're really hoping that you're in a place, Divine Feminine, where you can be open-minded enough to hear about these experiences and what they've meant to them. God is up to something. Your person is experiencing a series of strange, spiritual signs and realizations. Despite receiving clear signs about your connection in the past, they were skeptical and never made the connection. Now, they're going through an intense period where they can no longer ignore the signs and feel that God is guiding them to understand the significance of your relationship. This has left them feeling nervous and unsure, but they realize something profound is happening. I have so many questions. Your person feels that you, Divine Feminine, may know more about what's happening to them than they do. In the past, you were more open about spiritual matters, but they didn't respond well. Now, the roles have reversed, and they want to ask you about their experiences, but are hesitant because they fear you might not believe them. They're curious and want to share, but they are unsure how open-minded you'll be, given their past reactions. Everyone knows the truth about us. Your person is realizing that their connections with other people, particularly feminine energies, have always been connected to you. They feel that everyone they've been with subconsciously knew about your connection, even though they couldn't identify you physically, only by your energy. This powerful revelation is giving them a higher understanding of why their past relationships didn't work out. They now see that their heart was always searching for you, and they hope you are open to hearing their experiences. If you don't forget, then write in the comments about how your day went. I will definitely read it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe channel.